Dogs and cats living together. That's Hysteria. Wow! Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig
it? Hey guys, welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host as always, Jay Schatzer. And today, we've got a fantastic Asiaspy flick lined up. It is Jun Fukuda's 1968 sequel to the great Ironfinger. This is Ironfinger 2, Goldeneye. And guys, it's as fun as the first one, so let's get right into the fun. Here is Ironfinger 2, Goldeneye. Ironfinger 2, Goldeneye, aka Goldeneyes, aka Booted Babe Busted Boss, is a sequel to the wild Asiaspy flick Ironfinger, which continues the further adventures of Interpol agent everyman Andrew Hoshino. Shot in the same daring style and showcased with an energetic affinity, this pleasurable spy film has enough entertaining moments and espionage-filled antics to satisfy any lover of the subgenre. With Akira Takarada reprising his role as Andrew Hoshino, you know that you're in for an enjoyable cinematic ride that mirrors the first film, yet adds a slew of memorable characters to spice up the formula a bit. Like its predecessor, Ironfinger 2 is a mile-a-minute adventure filled with beautiful women, dangerous villains, and a charismatic lead that makes this movie a joy to watch. The film follows Interpol agent Andrew Hoshino as he gets mixed up in another hair-raising mission that involves the recovery of a cache of gold which has been hidden away from the world and kept in secrecy. After a man steals a piece of the treasure from the wealthy Stonefeller, a blind and corrupt entrepreneur, it's up to Andrew to track down the leads and obtain the coin before Stonefeller and his thugs can get their hands on it. Recovering the stolen coin won't be easy, because a number of opportunists, both on the payroll of Stonefeller and outside of his organization, are on the lookout for the treasure, making Andrew's job that much more difficult and interesting. As the plot thickens, Andrew makes an unlikely partnership with one of Stonefeller's agents, a sexy and lethal woman by the name of Ruby. Together they decide to take the coin for themselves and rendezvous to a tropical island in order to live out their dreams. But can they overcome the odds stacked against them? If anyone can, it would be Andrew. Do it, Hoshino, you crazy son of a bitch. Akira Takarada returns to the role that seemed tailor-made for him in the first Ironfinger film, as the agent with all the right moves. Reprising the character with the same outstanding charisma and infectious attitude, Akira doesn't miss a beat as the film bursts into motion displaying his stylish new threads and trademark wit. This time around, the film doesn't really play with his character's ambiguity too much, opting to dive right into the fun and energy of the mission. I watched both Ironfinger and Ironfinger 2 back to back, and Akira's performance in each film is pitch perfect across the board. The bridging of the two films is seamless when it comes to the super agent Andrew, and the whimsical nature of his character is as enjoyable as it's ever been in this continuation. As I've said before, Akira's portrayal is the heart of the first movie, giving it a life and energy that is just a blast to see play out. And the same can be said for this entry as well. When it comes to Asian-inspired James Bond representations, no one does it quite like Akira Takarada. Makoto Sato takes on the role of Detective Tezuka, the Chief of Police, a character that was featured in the first film but played by a far older and clumsier man. The choice to go with the younger, more streamlined version for Tezuka is a strange one, and it took me a few seconds to realize that Sato was playing the same role that Ichiro Orishima nailed in the first Ironfinger entry. But even with the oddity of the character change, I still enjoyed what Sato brought to the table. Tezuka still fills a comedic niche in the movie, but it's more of a subtle performance compared to Ishiro's over-the-top pratfalls and lunacy. Stepping up into the two female roles of the piece are Bibara Maeda as Ruby and Tomomi Sawa as Mitsuko. Ruby is a mysterious character whose intentions are always kind of fuzzy throughout the story. She's dangerous and lethal, and often at times playing both sides against each other, making her an interesting foe for Andrew to tackle. Bibara does an amazing job with the role, and I found myself warming up to her strange charm and alluring looks. All in all, the cast is sound for the roles that they are given, and each person pulls their weight when it comes to moving the story along. When it comes to style, this movie has it down, providing some visually stunning moments and enough retro goodness to quench anyone's thirst for gaudy designs and unusual wardrobes. One of the most pleasing aspects at the beginning of the film is in the form of Andrew's color-coordinated suit, which features him donned in a crimson-red fedora with matching undershirt, along with one of the sweetest-looking white suits these spy-loving eyes have ever laid eyes on. The guy looks secret agent chic, and nothing pays homage to Bond more than a kicking white suit and an attitude to match. The wardrobes of the characters are not the only thing to spruce up the appearance of the film. For the overall visual look of the locations and cinematography of the movie are top-notch retro, with style to spare. Ironfinger 2 is a stupendous sequel which continues in the tradition of the original, while still adding a few bells and whistles here and there to the formula that really build onto what was already established as an enjoyable entry in the Asiaspy canon of films. With the return of main player Andrew Hoshino and the inspiring portrayal of Akira Takarada, the film has a great continuity to the fun of the previous one, making you wish that they would have continued on with Andrew's adventures in order to see what wacky things he got into next. The rest of the cast do an amazing job to their credit, with Bibara Maeda giving a spirited performance that really rivals Mihama's turn in the first film. On top of the wonderful cast, the film allows the same style and panache which was presented in the first entry to shine all the more in this most enthralling sequel. Matching the visual look of the movie at every turn, the situations and action set pieces are mirror images to the imagery, making for a dual presentation that is quite comfortable in its delivery. The world that the filmmakers set up in this movie is fully realized and downright fun, that you really can't deny the abundance of enjoyment that you can get out of one single viewing of this wild masterpiece. Fun to the last, Ironfinger 2 is a fantastic spy sequel. And there we have it, guys, Ironfinger 2 Goldeneye. Just a perfect example of the Asiaspy genre. Absolutely fun, absolutely fantastic, entertaining to boot. So guys, that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below because I would love to hear from you. But until then, guys, I will see you at the next movie review. Take care.